Good morning, Morning Musings by Melinda. Monday, June 29th. This month is just flying by, and for those of you who live here in Arizona, we are having an upsurge of COVID and need to be extra careful and watch what we're doing right now. For those of you who are new to my Facebook, every morning I give a little spiritual talk or lesson and talk about spirituality and understanding how human nature works sometimes for us and sometimes against us with spirituality. We did a whole week on narcissism. We do other kinds of talks and lessons. And today I wanted to talk about being awakened or enlightened, because I saw something on Facebook where someone was really giving another person a hard time who obviously did not have malicious intent, and said to a third person, said she's not woke. And so I thought, well, isn't that interesting? Because for those of us who want to be enlightened or awakened, there are certain guidelines and certain goalposts that we need to set for ourselves. And for those of us who follow Christ consciousness, it's the same. And hopefully those two are combined, because maybe the only awakened or enlightened beings are the avatars that have come before us. That would include Jesus Christ and Buddha, and maybe some others. And so we have to understand that when you are criticizing or giving somebody a hard time in a rude or mean fashion, that's not being awakened. You're not woke up. You're not awakened then. You are still using your ego. And ego is not our enemy. Ego can be a very positive part of who we are. Ego is what makes us, take care of ourselves and get dressed in the morning, wash our hair and brush our teeth and all of those good kind of stuff. But when ego is used as a domineering factor, or as a critical factor, or as a judgmental factor, or as a superiority factor, then ego is really not any essence of being awakened. So I looked at what are the 10 steps to achieving a spiritual awakening, and these can also apply to those of us who really want to follow the guidelines of what we read in the Bible from Jesus. So understand, number one, that we are all one. And our oneness encompasses everything and everyone, and that we're all part of each other, even though we're separate. Remember, it is our egos that tell us we're separate. So if someone is really inhibiting your life in some negative fashion, they're not being at one with you, because we can disagree. As somebody said last week, we can disagree in a manner in which we're not critical, judgmental, or giving each other such a rash of crap that it's not even funny. The other day, I was talking about kindness on a video, and a woman put 3 throw-up faces on it, 3 throw-up emojis, and said something very rude, and I thought, oh my goodness gracious, why are you on a spiritual page if you're going to do that? And I really sent her blessings and love and light, because you have to be a hurt person to reach out to a stranger and try to hurt them, right? And so we have to remember that when we're enlightened, or when we have spiritual awakening, we don't do those kinds of things. We may just honor and bless and send love and light to those who we are not in alignment with, okay? So if you truly understand that you're part of a whole, that means that we can come together in some form of collaboration or connection, that we can disagree in a manner in which we can listen to each other and bring forth thoughts that make sense and find some common sense ground in between. Number 2, remember, if you are a divine being, then you're a being of love and light. That's what Jesus taught. Being one with God means that you can create miracles in your life and in the lives of others with a vibrational frequency of energy that allows for that. It's an alignment with God. It's an alignment with that higher power of yours. The reason that religious pictures have Jesus and Mary and Joseph with a halo around them is about them being in their divine essence, or connected to their higher power through the power of the universe, or for God. So you have to remember to tune into that higher loving vibration of God, and recognize that when you do that, you say things in a way that means that you are trying to give back, and not in a critical, mean way. And by the way, we all have ego. We all get into a critical situation at times, and we have to just kind of autocorrect like the computer does. Okay, number 3, see God in everything and everyone, and treat everyone and everything as divine beings, understanding that each person, all the animals, every part of nature is a source of all that is. And so that just boils down to respect, doesn't it? Respect people, respect other people's values as long as they're not trampling on yours. Really, we've lost that level of respect that we, I don't know, did we ever have it? I'm not sure. Maybe we just have to start embracing the idea of respect and moving that energetically towards a collaborative feeling or a connection. Pray and meditate daily is number 4. See through the eyes of others, okay? See through the eyes of others and understand that, people are afraid right now. They're afraid in all kinds of ways. It's amazing what we're saying to each other on Facebook, just amazing. And how deliberate the negativity can be. So maybe see things through the eyes of others. Forgive and ask forgiveness. Okay, forgive and ask forgiveness is important because when you're not forgiving, it's like you taking poison, expecting the other person to die. And for asking for forgiveness means that, again, you're respectful of yourself and others so that you can make that amends appropriately. Number 7, become a vehicle of love and service. Again, you can disagree with someone and say it without being nasty and become a vehicle of love and service. Right now, we need so much help, so many people to contribute if possible, to give to others that are in need. When school starts, we may really have to figure something out. Maybe senior citizens could volunteer at the school to do a study hall and the kids could swap in the day or something. That would be great for retirees to think of doing. Have more compassion. Be compassionate towards others. It doesn't matter if somebody disagrees with you. You can have compassion for them, understanding that we've all walked our own walk, and we have to understand that once somebody's walked a difficult walk, it may be something that they believe in is difficulty. And so then they spew that out. Remember, wounded people wound others. Number 8, focus on the positive. Unplug from the negativity that's going around you and direct your attention on solutions rather than problems. And number 10, maybe learn more about your spiritual principles and live by them. Don't just talk them, live by them. Living by the golden rule is the best religion that there is. So I hope that you will take steps to be awakened and never criticize somebody for not being woke up, because that means that you're the one that is kind of processing that way in a negative form or fashion. And that's, something that we need to have an awareness that our judgment creates judgment, and it's really weird because it's like I'm judging while I'm telling you not to judge, but I want you to use your discernment, which is different, and discern when people are giving in love and light, compassion, forgiveness, awareness, connection, collaboration, and caring. That's when we're truly awake. Have a great day.